War is an ugly thing, but not the ugliest of things. The decayed and degraded state of moral and patriotic feeling, which thinks that nothing is worth war, is much worse. The person who has nothing for which he is willing to fight, nothing which is more important than his own personal safety, is a miserable creature and has no chance of being free unless made and kept so by the exertions of better men than himself. John Stuart Mill, 1806 to 1873. This was written by Brian Call, who was a best friend of Lucas Pyeatt, who lost his life with 2nd Radio Battalion over in Afghanistan. Our beloved friend, son, brother, uncle, comrade in arms, Lucas Pyeatt. This is one of Luke's favorite quotes posted on his Facebook page. I read it before Luke deployed to Afghanistan. I read it every time I went to his page. It's now going to be on my page, and I hope I can remember this quote and keep it in my heart until some disease or old age takes it from me. I love the simple truth it tells. Yes, war is brutal. War is ugly. I've never met anybody who thinks the world could use more war. It steals the lives and sometimes sanities of generations of young men and women. But are there circumstances where war is necessary? You're damn right there are. Did Luke understand that? You're damn right he did. Lucas Pyeatt loved America. He loved and continues to love America more than anyone I know. He loved our country for its values, freedom and equality for all, regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, or any other characteristic of person you can think of. Luke was special because he understood what it took to protect those freedoms. And let me be clear, Luke was not a soldier. Luke was, is, and always will be a United States Marine. He knew that when you serve as a United States Marine, you put everything on the line to fight for and protect your fellow Americans. Luke was one of the proud and courageous few to put it all on the line and then give it all. Thank God for people like Lucas Pyeatt. And when I say thank God, I don't put that lightly in the way that people these days like to carelessly toss around the sacred name of God. I really do thank our Heavenly Father for Lucas Pyeatt. I thank him for the grace that my life could be touched by such a wonderful individual. I thank Luke's family, his father Lon, his mother Cindy, and his sister Emily, for raising and shaping him into the man he is today. I use the present tense because Luke continues to live on, and not just the lives on in our hearts and in our memories bullcrap. Luke might have lost his physical body, but his eternal spirit lives on, and you can bet that every last one of us will get to see him again when we too finish our mortal journeys. Now that's a day to look forward to. So until I see you again, Luke, best buddy, best friend, thank you. Thank you for your dedication, your service, your unmatched kindness and humility, your never-failing friendship to not just me but anyone you ever met. And thank God for those soldiers who have ever given their lives in service or served this country but were not asked to give their lives. Thank God for all those soldiers who continue to serve today and put their lives at risk so we can live as free Americans. Specifically, thank God for Luke's unit serving in Afghanistan. I have no idea what it's like to serve in the military and build a relationship like the one you have with Luke, and then have that association in this world cut so short. I know it is especially tough because you still have a job to do, and you can't let your grief get in the way of your duty. I don't know you, but I already love and respect you. It is Luke and you who are the best this country has to offer. I know I'm not worthy to say this, but in a closing dedication to Corporal Lucas Pyeatt and the entire 2nd Radio Battalion, Semper Fi, Godspeed, and bless you as you serve. That was his friend. You know, whenever I'm at an event for veterans, whether someone is getting an award or they ask the veterans to stand, it always strikes me that there are so many absent faces of those young men who never got the chance to grow up and raise families and be at these dinners. Those are the faces that we, the generations of the future that they gave their lives for, we never saw. The men who walk among us are the living reminders to me of the ultimate sacrifices made by so many. I think that's why veterans, no matter what the age, never complain about anything. That's why they make the best workers, the best neighbors, the best Americans. They're the best inside because they remember the faces. The faces of their friends are seared into their memories, and they are visited in their dreams by those faces. They know. What could they possibly have to complain about? The last week was difficult for our house. We hadn't heard from our son in a few days, and then we were notified that 2nd Radio Battalion had lost one of their own. It had been 2 years since this battalion had lost someone, and they shut down all communications until everyone is notified. Lucas Pyeatt had lost his life, and my son said he was such a good guy. He was serving in the same area of operation as Dennis was. We went back to our Camp Lejeune video, and there he was hugging his parents goodbye for the last time. Then 2 days later, we hear that Marine Lance Corporal Aaron Swanson's parents opened their door to 2 Marines in Jamestown, New York. The sadness that grips you as a parent of a deployed son or daughter when you hear that, it is as if the visit was to you. But that feeling's temporary because it wasn't. Your son's still alive. But boy, it stays with you. You know? Your joy kind of hangs in the balance there. I now look up and down the street before I turn into our driveway to see if there are any parked cars with people sitting in them. I don't know why, but somehow I want to be ready. This week, in memory of Corporal Lucas Pyeatt of Westchester, Ohio, and 2nd Radio Battalion, and Lance Corporal Aaron Swanson of Jamestown, let's have a moratorium on complaining about all the little stuff that shouldn't bother us. Let's try to start each day and ask God to help us to be a force for good in the world. Let's do that and honor the ultimate sacrifice these men made this week. Let's honor them by striving to live more honorable lives.